They called it conspiracy, but now a NASA scientist, a billionaire whistleblower, and a woman with a vision all agree 2025 will change everything. We're told to trust the experts, but what happens when insiders start warning us? Ancient prophecies, hidden texts, and secrets locked away for centuries, why are they resurfacing now? A rogue NASA scientist claims the elites aren't waiting for Armageddon, they're trying to trigger it. A billionaire confirms manufactured crises are their favorite tool, and a woman's near-death vision eerily matches what the others are saying. Science, tech, and the spiritual are converging on one terrifying conclusion. A storm is coming in 2025, so what are they hiding, and why now? Let's start our journey into the heart of prophecy with the Vatican. This city-state, a beacon of religious power, holds secrets that have shaped the course of history. For 2,000 years, the Vatican has acted as gatekeepers of secrets, carefully guarding ancient knowledge and interpretations. Throughout the ages, they've meticulously shaped the end times narrative, influencing beliefs and perceptions of the apocalypse. By emphasizing certain interpretations, they've played a significant role in keeping the fear of apocalypse alive in the hearts and minds of billions. But beneath the surface of accepted doctrine, there's a suppressed theory, a counter-narrative that challenges the conventional understanding of the end times. This theory suggests that the biblical apocalypse already happened in 70 AD, with the destruction of Jerusalem. It was the ending of an era, a pivotal moment in history, but not the end of the world as we know it. So, the question arises, why hide this alternative interpretation? The answer, according to some, is that fear of a future Armageddon is a powerful tool of control, a means of influencing populations and maintaining power structures. Now, enter our NASA scientist, a figure who adds another layer of complexity to this intricate puzzle. He claims that the elites, the world's most powerful individuals, are aware that the original prophecies have already been fulfilled, and disturbingly, they're using these prophecies not as warnings but as a playbook, a guide for shaping the future. They're not passively waiting for signs of the apocalypse to manifest. Instead, they're actively manufacturing them, manipulating events to align with their agenda. Famine, war, chaos, the ultimate goal? To engineer a series of disasters so profound that people will beg for a savior, a solution, any escape from the turmoil. And that savior will come in the form of a new world order. The Vatican's continued silence on the true meaning of the prophecies keeps the prophecy code alive and well. This silence is actively priming us for a fake apocalypse, a manufactured crisis designed to usher in a new era of control. The scientist warns us that the real plan is to deliberately crash the old system, the existing economic and social order. And in its place, they intend to roll out total surveillance, a world where every action is monitored and recorded, digital currency, and absolute control over every aspect of our lives. In this new world, dissent will be impossible. Any form of opposition will be swiftly and ruthlessly suppressed. And the trigger for this grand plan? 2025. The script is written, the stage is meticulously set, every detail carefully planned and executed. Are you ready for Act 1 of this manufactured apocalypse? We've heard whispers and rumors, seen hints in obscure corners of the internet. A rogue NASA scientist speaking out against the official narrative is certainly noteworthy. But what if a Silicon Valley billionaire, someone with deep ties to technology and finance, confirms it? What if they echo the same concerns, but with the weight of their experience and resources behind them? Peter Thiel, the co-founder of PayPal and Palantir, a man who has shaped the digital landscape as we know it, says the elites. Those in positions of power and influence use manufactured crises, carefully orchestrated events to seize control. They intentionally create emergencies so severe, so overwhelming, that people, desperate for safety and security, will accept any solution. Even if that solution means martial law, the implementation of a digital currency, and the normalization of mass surveillance. According to some, 4 engineered disasters are on the horizon. Civil unrest, widespread social disruption, economic collapse, a complete breakdown of the financial system, artificial famine, a deliberately created scarcity of food, and synthetic disasters. Events that appear natural but are in fact engineered. Civil War 2.0, division deliberately stoked to justify increasingly harsh government crackdowns. Economic demolition, a planned currency collapse, leaving people desperate and dependent on programmable money controlled by the state. Famine, the food supply is tightly controlled, making people utterly dependent on the state for their survival. Synthetic disasters, weather manipulation, and the release of new pandemics, Events that are deniable, yet utterly terrifying in their impact. Thiel warns, this is not just a theory, it's the playbook, the established strategy for achieving global control. The relentless push for digital IDs, the increasing calls for global governance, and the undeniable evidence of engineered chaos is becoming increasingly real. The crises are not just coming, they're being meticulously designed to lead us, step by step, into a high-tech cage of control and surveillance. The insiders, those with first-hand knowledge, are sounding the alarm, desperately trying to warn us. Will you listen to their warnings? Will you pay attention to the signs? Now, a near-death experience brings a chilling spiritual warning. A woman, clinically dead for minutes, says an angel showed her 4 visions for 2025. First, political violence and civil war erupting in the West, fueled by lies on screens. Second, a global market crash, bank accounts wiped, panic everywhere. Third, mass food riots, artificial famine, and a new digital ID required for survival. Fourth, a synthetic disaster, a massive tsunami, intentionally triggered, uniting the world in fear. The angel warned, globalists have a depopulation plan including a weaponized H5N1 bird flu set for release before 2025 ends. News of H5N1 spreading in animals is already here. Is this the groundwork for something bigger? A spiritual warning now matches scientific whispers. The convergence is undeniable. 2025 is the year of crisis by design. The world around us seems to be spiraling. News headlines scream of chaos, riots erupt in cities, economies teeter on the brink of collapse, and social unrest simmers just beneath the surface. It's a disturbing picture, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer scale of it all. If even a fraction of this is true, we face engineered chaos meant to force us into a new system, a system designed to control, to monitor, and ultimately to strip us of our freedoms. But you're not powerless. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to feel small, insignificant, and incapable of making a difference. They want you to surrender to the narrative of despair. But within each of us lies a wellspring of strength, resilience, and the power to shape our own destiny. Step 1. Reject their digital control. Refuse to be a cog in their digital machine. Opt out of the systems they are building to track your every move and analyze your every thought. Resist central bank digital currencies. These are not simply a technological upgrade to our existing financial system. They are a tool for total control, allowing governments to monitor and restrict your spending habits and digital IDs. These seemingly convenient forms of identification are, in reality, chains designed to bind you to their system. They create a single point of failure where your entire identity can be controlled and manipulated. Use cash. Embrace the tangible freedom of physical currency. It's a direct act of defiance against a cashless future, where every transaction is recorded and scrutinized. Barter. Revive the ancient practice of exchanging goods and services directly. It fosters community, builds trust, and bypasses the centralized financial system. Build local networks. Connect with like-minded individuals in your community, share resources, skills, and knowledge, and create parallel economies, support local businesses, artisans, and farmers. Build an alternative economic ecosystem that is independent of the control of global corporations and centralized institutions. Step 2. Secure your food. Food security is paramount in uncertain times. Grow your own. Even a small garden can provide a significant source of fresh, healthy food. Store heirloom seeds. Preserve the genetic diversity of our food supply and ensure that you have the means to grow your own food, even if supply chains collapse. And avoid dependence on fragile supply chains. Diversify your food sources and build resilience against disruptions. Step 3. Build resilient communities. The strength of our society lies in the bonds we forge with one another. Know your neighbors. Build relationships with the people who live around you. Form mutual aid groups. Organize with your neighbors to provide support and assistance to one another in times of need, and prepare for grid-down scenarios. Learn basic survival skills, stock up on essential supplies, and develop alternative sources of energy. True prepping is about community, not isolation. We are stronger together. The system they're building is the Beast System, a system of total control and domination, AI-run, surveilled, and controlled. A world where every aspect of your life is monitored and manipulated by artificial intelligence. Both left and right are being played. Don't fall for the false dichotomy. The goal is always more centralization. More power concentrated in the hands of a select few. Learn their symbols, see through their propaganda. Don't be fooled by their carefully crafted narratives. The obsession with 666, the black cube, Saturn, They signal their intentions in plain sight. Once you learn to recognize their symbols, you will see them everywhere. Surviving isn't just physical. It's not just about stockpiling food and water, it's spiritual and psychological. It's about maintaining your inner strength, your connection to something larger than yourself, and your ability to think critically. Unplug from their matrix. Disconnect from the constant stream of information and misinformation that they are feeding you. Reclaim your mind. Think for yourself. Question everything. Prepare for the worst, but don't surrender your soul. Maintain your humanity, your compassion, and your sense of hope. The more you wake up, the less power they have. Their power depends on your ignorance and apathy. Their control depends on your ignorance and consent. They need you to believe their lies and to comply with their demands. Withdraw both. Withdraw your consent and your participation in their system. The future is still yours to claim. Don't let them steal it from you. Apocalypse means unveiling, not the end. The elite's plans are being exposed. This is a moment of choice, not despair. Prepare, but trust in something greater than their system. In 2025, the veil lifts forever. The real rebellion is to be calm, prepared, and sovereign. The more who wake up, the weaker their grip. Will you let them control the future? Or will you claim it?